industry, and a crowd of 20,000 plus have turned out to see if Tottenham can survive a sticky cup tie, especially underfoot. Tottenham's reaction to the state of the pitch has been to leave out Osvaldo Ardiles and bring in 19-year-old Neil Ruddock, wearing number 4, for his first game since he broke a bone in his foot back in November. Port Vale may be struggling at the relegation end of Division 3, but over half the team have experience of First Division football. Notably, number 5, Bob Hazel, who actually played against Tottenham in the FA Cup final of 1982 for Queen's Park Rangers. David Scott of Burnley, the referee. And Tottenham anxious to start this fourth round cup tie. Clive Allen, the player who'd encroached and just delayed the start a couple of seconds. Well, Tottenham, the beaten cup finalists from last season. This, realistically, the only trophy that they have left to play for. The ball pumped forward there by Fennick for Moran to chase. And Mark Grew gets his first touch of the ball. And that kick is hardly carried to the halfway line in the fierce wind that's blowing down the field into Mark Grew's face. And Tottenham have to defend in the first minute. It's just Kevin Steggles to pump it forward. Earl missed it, and he gets a second go. Well, there was no offside. Tottenham signalled for it, and some anxious looks towards the linesman. 8 there, Robbie Earl. Very versatile player. Port Vale, of course, with the tradition of having got to the semi-finals of the FA Cup as a third division side back in 1954, when they completed the giant-killing act of that season, beating the FA Cup holders Blackpool in the 5th round. But here comes Moran. Waddle's in the middle. He's pulled it behind them all. Allen. Now Waddle. It's easy. Oh, he's missed it. Waddle had a chance to settle Tottenham at the start of this difficult cup tie. Moran, who had the space on the left, well, he cut it behind Waddle initially, but Clive Allen was there. He couldn't quite get in a shot, and as the ball bobbled in the mud, Waddle had a good opportunity and toe-poked it just wide of the post. Well, how costly might that prove? Oh, that's a poor back pass. Neil Ruddock, I think he's rather fortunate he didn't beat the goalkeeper and score. Tottenham showing 1 or 2 signs of nerves in these opening few minutes, and especially after Waddle's miss at the other end. That was Prosen. Now Paul Moran, he's taken a good look around and decided he can keep possession and make progress to the halfway line. Now faced by Steggles. Waddle, again oceans of space for the Tottenham players, and this time Paul Allen had come forward into the offside position. Well, 2 incidents there that maybe really illustrated the players' uncertainty with the conditions and the state of the pitch. First of all, Waddle's miss that could have put Tottenham ahead, and then Ruddock's back pass. Forward by Fennick, again offside. Referee's looked, but he's allowed play to go on, and Parks has had to come out of his area. Didn't quite like the contact that Beckford gave him. Steggles. And this time it's easy for Tony Parks. Scrosson won the header. Well, it's up for grabs at the moment. Now Earl. Little flick forward, Ruddock's there, and Beckford was strong. Oh! Well, it's another corner, and again Ruddock was the player. Or was he trying to put it back to his keeper? Well, he came closer to scoring that time than he did the first. This is coming all the way to Steggles. Yes, deflection. It'll be another corner if that goes. Yes. Michael Cole's shot off the feet of a Tottenham defender. And it's going to be a long 90 minutes for Tottenham. Cole and Beckford both around the near post. Oh, and that's a poor corner. Well, Gary Ford played in the York City third division side that beat Arsenal in the Cup a couple of seasons ago, and then drew with Liverpool. Sprosson. Good ball. Riley didn't quite keep his feet. Here's Ford, and play waved on. This is Walker. Yes! Oh, Ray Walker! Brilliant! Tottenham's defence had been full ragged. It was Ford who nipped in. This is Walker. It hardly seems conceivable that he could chip past. But from Port Vale's point of view, it's effective. And now Walker in turn concedes a free kick. Waddle isn't too impressed. Followed by Fairclough. This is Ruddock. Tottenham have got 4 in the box. Bennett. Now Ruddock. Moran, little flick. Now Paul Moran's really developing in Tottenham's first team this season, isn't he? Terry Venables said before the game that he wasn't too impressed with the conditions, which is why they'd left out Osvaldo Ardiles. He's certainly got a lot to think about at the moment. Port Vale's free kick. Walker to take it. And it's dropped for Beckford. Yes, Sprosson! It's 2-0! Oh, again, Tottenham were all over the place. They just didn't know how to cope. Walker's free kick. It was mayhem in the penalty area for 10 seconds, and it fell invitingly for Phil Sprosson. Well, it was Sprosson who jumped as well with the keeper. Beckford might have put it away. Attempted clearance and up into the top corner. It's 2-0. 25 minutes gone, and Tottenham are beginning to regret they ever heard of Port Vale. Well, Tony Parkes having an extended run of 18 games after the injury to Ray Clements, but won't be too happy with that one. And neither will the management. And already Alan Harris is looking at his watch. Offside. Well, Phil Sprosson's family have an amazing record here at Port Vale. His uncle Roy played a record 761 league games for Port Vale between 1950 and 1972. And Sprosson himself has already chalked up 400. Oh, Beckford's in again. They're all over the place. Ford. Yeah, oh, brilliant save. Headed by Beckford. The flag's up. I think the ball must have gone behind. Point blank. The effort by Beckford. Sprosson's there. The header was by Ruddock. And the referee has seen an offence. And a little respite for Tottenham. Well, this is the moment again. Gary Ford, who got round the defender, that diving header by Beckford, and an absolutely fantastic save by Parkes. But it had gone behind. That's the first half concluded, and Terry Venables will have to find some words of inspiration in the dressing room with his side 2-0 down here at Vale Park. Ray Walker, the star of the first half for me, who got the first goal, after 13 minutes, and Phil Sproson the second after 25. And it's nothing more than Port Vale have deserved, to lead at half-time by 2-0. Last year's beaten cup finalists start the second half. And hopefully from Tottenham's point of view, there'll be a different attitude in this second 45 minutes. And the referee has signalled from quite a long way away that that is in fact a corner. And that's Tottenham's first corner. Oh, and it's fallen for Ruddock. Nicked away from him by Hughes. Now Waddle. And Tottenham have stayed forward. Left foot cross. And finally safely into the hands of Grew. I think it was Hazel who got his head to it first. Walker. That's it. Ford. This is Walker. Got three in the middle to look for. Oh! Well, was he trying to chip him again? That would have been the ultimate cheek. And Tottenham decide it's time to make a substitution. And they're pulling off the fullback, Chris Hughton, and sending on number 14, David Howells, who's immediately gone into a forward position with instructions about how Tottenham should reorganise. And it looks like Gary Mabbutt's gone back to right back. Fennick. Faced by Robbie Earle. Out wide to Mabbott. Paul Allen. Still hasn't got the better of the fullback. And the referee sees that as a free kick, although the linesman who was closer didn't. Darren Hughes came here on loan from Brighton back in 1987 and stayed. Well, Tottenham have pushed 2, 4, 6, 7 into Vale's penalty area. As Waddle takes this, it's absolutely crowded. Oh, and there it is! Ruddock! That's made amends. And that might yet help Tottenham salvage something here. It was so crowded in that penalty area. Waddle took the free kick, and Ruddock, the man who got higher than everybody else, and buried it past Mark Grew. Neil Ruddock's first goal of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Tottenham. Minutes gone in the second half then, and Tottenham have a lifeline. Well, still plenty for Alan Harris and Terry Venables to reflect on. Paul Allen. Clive Allen, who attempted the overhead kick. This is Waddle. Moran lays it back to Clive Allen. Well, Moran might have done better to go forward on his own, but it was a magnificent ball from Waddle over the defence. Put it back for Clive Allen to have a shot, and he was really too far out. That's Moran. Finney. Oh, Finney and Steggles in a mix-up. Hughes, rather. Gives Tottenham possession. Gary Mabbott. Fennick. Tottenham have just got to get it into the box. Moran. Fairclough. Oh, desperate defending. And Fairclough, surely he pushed his marker, Earle. Teed up for Mabbott. And away by Hazel. Now Riley. What a stirring finish this is. Pursued by Ruddock. And he's going to outrun him. He's got Cole in the middle, and what a pity he didn't try and find him. And Terry Venables now surely knows that it's all over. This is injury time, the stoppage time. And it's Vale in possession. And Walker wants it as ever. That'll do, he thinks. As far downfield as possible, gives Tottenham a throw. Right by their own corner flag. And let there be no walk down Wembley Way for Terry Venables this season. Waddle. Oh, pass back was intercepted by Riley. Wild shot by Walker. And we've played over a minute of extra time. John Rudge out of the dugout, and there it is! Port Vale have done it. The giant killers in the fourth round of the Cup have beaten Tottenham by 2-1. Terry Venables doesn't want to watch the celebration, and I suppose you shouldn't be surprised, because his team never really looked capable of winning here against a Port Vale team who were pumped up for the occasion and who deserved their win. And the happiest place to be now, I'm certain, will be in the Port Vale dressing room. The smiles will stretch for
welcome for the only 4th Division side left in the FA Cup. The Orient team includes former Forest defender Mark Smalley at number 4. Also back is Kevin Godfrey at number 7. And at number 10, Ian Juriev has scored 6 goals in his last 6 games. That's Cleves manager Frank Clark, who today is reunited with his old mentor Brian Clough down there on the bench. Brian Clough, who hasn't been further than the quarter-final of the FA Cup as player or manager. And he hasn't recalled his son Nigel, who's now missed 7 matches with hamstring trouble. Brian Rice is also injured, so Tommy Gaynor wears number 11, and at number 5, big Colin Foster returns to his old club. Referee George Courtney starts this cup match, and nowhere in the country today will you find a better playing surface than here at Brisbane Road. The torrential rain in London. Orient's groundsman Charlie Hasler has prepared an excellent pitch, and they have a free kick early on. And Day and Shinners have gone forward for Orient. Taken by Castle, but it's too long. Orient in all red, Nottingham Forest in white shirts and black shorts. That was Gaynor, then Day. Hales, the Orient captain, number 7. He's got Comfort wide on the left, stopped by Chettle. Dickinson with the throw. Hales. Comfort. Dickinson makes the overlap, 3 waiting in the centre. One of them is Kevin Godfrey here. Shinners hit Pierce. Good bold start by the 4th Division team, hoping to catch cold a Forest team who didn't arrive until 2:30. Foster. Castle with Terry Wilson. Forward again for Orient. Now Comfort. Good little outside left, this boy. Juriev, Shinners. A chance perhaps for Godfrey. And Forrest is scrambling the ball away in these opening few minutes. Godfrey. Taking on Des Walker. Wilkinson. What an explosive opening here. Walker's header out. Juriev. Castle, who's good on his left foot. Oh, appeals for handball. George Courtney said it could not have been intentional. It was Castle who had the drive, and Orient who had the early play. That was Day. Now Neil Webb. Good tackle by Castle. Juriev. Hales. Well played, Comfort. Juriev. Hales. Took two to stop him, but one of them was Webb, who looks up now. Glover. Forest with 5 in attack. This promises to be quite an open cup tie, and there goes Gaynor. And here's Glover. Good save by Peter Wells from Lee Glover. It was low down, just inside the post, and the former Forest keeper against his old club turned it round. Godfrey got mixed up, Pearce. Now it's Gaynor. Wilson arriving, it's Calvin Plummer. My word. That must have come back off the bar from Calvin Plummer. Tremendous shot. Wilkinson's flick, Wilson against the bar again. And Forest wonder how it stayed out from Terry Wilson. Wilkinson got up at the near post for the flick on, but Wilson struck the crossbar the second time it had happened to Forest in a matter of a minute. Smalley. Influential little player, the captain, once of Chelsea, Kevin Hales. Juriev, he turned well, and Sutton just picked that ball up as Shinners came in. Pearce then confronted Shinners to protest about the challenge, and Pearce is the player who will be called to the referee. Most unusual for Nottingham Forest, because I have to say at this point, these two teams have got two of the best disciplinary records in the whole of the league. On by Webb. Nicely done by Gaynor. Now it's Castle. Juriev. Lovely touch. Shinners. Godfrey's to his right. Shinners goes for goal. Oh, and if Sutton had palmed that out anywhere else but there, Juriev might well have scored. Here's Glover, and here's Wilson. Good defending by Hales. Webb, nice move originally that by Forest when they first built up, but Webb not pleased with the end product. Half-time in an exuberant cup tie. The fourth division team more than doing themselves justice, but in fairness and credit to Nottingham Forest for allowing Leyton Orient to play because they want to play themselves. No goals, but not for the want of trying. Well, John Sitton has come on for Leyton Orient, and a bit of a blow for them in that they've lost their captain, Kevin Hales, who pulled up with a muscle injury towards the end of the first half. I think it was a hamstring. Straight from the kick-off, Terry Wilson is fouled. You have to go back to 1981 to find a presentable FA Cup run by Forest. They reached the 6th round that year. Here's Des Walker with the kick for them. Neil Webb. Pearce. In the way was Day. Sitton has taken over Hale's midfield role in a straight swap. Dickinson. Shinners. That was well brought down. Tucked back in by Castle to Comfort. Well worked. Again, forcing Des Walker to concede the corner. Day. Oh, Webb's mistake, Shinners! And And Steve Sutton saves the day for Neil Webb. The England player committed a cardinal sin of the pass back without really looking, and Shinners was in. Godfrey. Pierce's tackle, free kick. Oh, the ground really excited now after that last incident. Free kick to the 4th Division team. Juriev ran in towards the near post. It was certainly touched at the near post, although I don't know whether it was Juriev. I rather think that the Forest defender, it may have been Paul Wilkinson, actually flicked that past his own goalkeeper, but certainly it could be a priceless goal for Orient. And it's a substitution at once. Shinners has gone off, and Alan Hull has come on. Frank Clark deserves to see his side in front. Comfort. Cole. Oh, wedge back pass again, and Sutton saves this time with his feet. Godfrey. Forest are really rattled. In by Sitton. Little Hull gets up. And again Neil Webb puts his side into difficulties. Glover, mistake by Day. Still Lee Glover, good position here. Oh, what a good goal by the 17-year-old. Lee Glover puts Forest back in business in this cup tie. He took that really well, did Glover. He came inside the defender, sized up the angle, and then drove his shot very calmly past Peter Wells. Brian Clough's team are off the rack for the moment. Out on the far side there, Gaynor, but soon bustled off it. Howard, inside to Godfrey. Still good, careful build-up by Leighton Orient. Poe. Sitton. Well, they've got 4 waiting in the middle for a cross here. Good play at first, but over-elaborate afterwards. And in the end, the chance went. Wilkinson. Oh, good flick by Glover, and Wilkinson striding on, showing terrific pace. Good save, Wilkinson again. Plummer surely, yes. Forest are in the lead. Calvin Plummer scores, but poor Wilkinson takes so much of the credit. That was a really beautifully constructed move. Wilkinson's pace there was almost frightening. Out came Peter Wells, blocked the first effort, but Calvin Plummer snaps up the rebound. In by Howard, Juriev. Oh, well played by Castle, he won that back. Juriev. Foster, no. Castle, no. Neither the clearance nor the shot really decisive. Comfort. George Courtney awards Orient the free kick. Sitton's there. What a good save. It's a good header by the substitute. Met that on the full. And Steve Sutton, who's excelled himself this afternoon, pulled up another important save. Oh, mistake by Howard. This is Glover. Decided to play it to Plummer. Wilkinson's in the centre. Gaynor behind the goal. Well, in the end, the master got the better of his old pupil. Leighton Orient losing Kevin Hales, but taking the lead. Lee Glover got the equaliser, and Calvin Plummer scored the winner. And Nottingham Forest are through to the 5th round for the first time in 7 years.
To the cup tie, Manchester United.
Sunday at Highbury, the Manchester United names are the same, but their tactical approach is likely to be very different. The Old Trafford crowd are demanding not only the victory, but that it should be achieved with some style. Chelsea make one change from last weekend, with Clive Wilson leaving his seat on the substitutes bench for Mickey Hazard. They're looking for a change of fortune, or put it another way, a repeat of their FA Cup form. For the only goals they've scored in their last 7 games were the 3 that beat Derby County in round 3. The referee is one of the best around, Brian Hill from Kettering. Chelsea kick off, attacking the Stretford end and trying to change both past and recent history. They've played here 3 times in the FA Cup. United have won all 3 of them, and in the league match earlier in the season, United won 3-1. Anderson. Leclerc goes. Clark facing him, Dorigo there as well. And Steve Clark has started the match playing as the spare man at the back. Did that last week. Whiteside. Yes! Penalty given. Challenged by Clark. Whiteside had gone away, and Clark's complaints fairly muted, and the complaints of a disappointed man more than an angry one. So Brian McClare with a chance of goal number 19 this season, but he doesn't get it. Good stuff from Freestone. And the youngster says to the rest of them, come on. There were 1 or 2 things being thrown by the Chelsea supporters as the kick was taken, and a rocket went off in the crowd too. But it seemed to inspire the movements of Freestone. Over the top, or in fact wide, from Bruce's challenge, but it's a corner. Freestone certainly all fired up. Brian Hill, the referee, looking in on the 6-yard area. Good position for a referee to take. Now he's changed it. Hogg, and again Hogg. Ballooned away by Kerry Dixon. Well, a really good penalty save by the young 19-year-old. He got down very sharply to his right, but McClare will be disappointed. Olsen. Sharp challenge by Kevin Wilson. Robson. Bumstead's clearance. Dixon. And he battled back well after his first touch, or perhaps it was his second touch. Didn't quite work. Clark. Blackmore. Bruce going outside him. Whiteside. Yes! And tremendous celebrations at Old Trafford, not only for the goal in this match, but it's the first one they've seen here from United in 1988. And the move really started by Clayton Blackmore. It was a lovely sweeping ball out to the left. Bruce on the overlap, the cross came over, and from the moment that Whiteside made contact, it was a goal. So United had the lead with just 3 minutes of the first half remaining. And the free kick for the argument between Pates and McClare, which blew up out of nothing. A finely taken goal by Norman Whiteside, but made really by the lovely sweeping ball by Blackmore, which found McClare. Simple finish to a move started by Blackmore. Good header by McLaughlin. Robson. Crescendo of noise as the teams come off. The one goal scored by Norman Whiteside in the 42nd minute, after it looked as though Roger Freestone was going to be the hero of the first half because of his... Still have a part to play in this contest, or do United now have a platform for victory?
Michael Holman will pick up the boys at Macquarie's shop after the game. Outside Macquarie's shop after the game, Martin and Michael Holman.
2 against 2 in the middle. And here's Blackmore. Good save. Plenty of time to drive the ball with some power, Clayton Blackmore. Bruce at the back. So was Clark. It's corner. Hoggs on the near post again. And the header was from Bruce. Every indication that Steve Bruce will prove a good buy for Manchester United, particularly if he's allowed to command at the back. 3 up for Chelsea, 4 in midfield, including 1 fullback. And it's the fullback who won it. Canister. McLaughlin. Duxbury. 2 on him. And the little Scotsman McAllister arrived late, left an imprint, and Mr. Hill will also leave an imprint in his book. Whiteside and McLaughlin. Olsen! Good save again by the youngster. Struck it very well, did Olsen, with no waiting for any thought. Roger Freestone is having a spectacular afternoon with shots that are rising. Olsen, McAllister, Bumstead, a bit of arm linking. Chelsea throw. Michael Hazard, and Chelsea substitute. In fact, both of them, Pat Nevin, also warming up. And the crowd shouting to John Hollins, bring them on. It's the 2 substitutes he's got on the touchline. The crowd of Chelsea supporters, of course. That's a useful ball to Darren Woods. They're standing up at the back of the goal, but Dixon couldn't direct it. Might now, wrong way. Clive Wilson, they're all coming at him. Clive Wilson again. And Brian Robson just got a bit of it. McClare. Norman Whiteside in the middle. He's got away from Bumstead. Tremendous cup tie stuff. They're still getting back in their seats at the other end of the opportunities that came Chelsea's way, but were not taken by Dixon's head. And then suddenly the breakaway, and Whiteside puts the ball deep into the Stretford end. And we've also got the 2 United substitutes warming up, but the 2 Chelsea ones will precede them onto the pitch. McAllister 1 to come off. And Darren Wood checking to see whether he is the other. but I think they've got the number wrong. John Bumstead also coming across. Yes, this John Bumstead is going to be replaced. So Hazard for Bumstead, Nevin for McAllister. That puts it in the right positions. Wilson, got away from Bruce for a second. Hazard, oh, that cost him. Strachan doing well to keep his feet. Blackmore, Strachan has gone on. Clearly onside. This is McClare. And it's all over. What a lovely strike. And this is the man who started it. Little Gordon Strachan from a Chelsea attack which lost its way at one end, particularly when Hazard lost possession. United built on the right when Strachan kept his possession. And it developed the length of the field before McClare struck the ball quite beautifully into the corner. 2-0 for Manchester United. Second goal coming in the 71st minute. And it will be a major surprise if that doesn't end it. Just 3 players involved in the move, with McClare the first to receive the ball from Strachan, Blackmore with the pass back again to Strachan, and McClare finishing a move which went from one end of the field to the other with a shot from some 20 yards out. The man who was there at the start finishes it for United and has surely finished Chelsea. Strachan, right side, O'Brien will chase, so will Clark. Little extra work for Roger Freestone. Checks his watch, and the whistle indicates that Manchester United are through to round 5. McClare denied from the penalty spot by Roger Freestone, in the end getting the killer goal. But the young goalkeeper will look back on a good afternoon's work, which perhaps might not be said by all of his colleagues. Whiteside and McClare giving Manchester United a 2-0 success.
Start